morning, everybody. So, if you just arrived, we are providing handouts. So, if you need a handout, raise your hand, and Gustavo will bring you one. Great. So, make sure to get a handout.
Is your mic on?
Not yet. All right, well, good morning. Really nice meeting you. My name is Arturo de Lozan. You are in cell biology class. Hopefully that's the one you were hoping to get in here. All right, good.
We have had people go oops
Yes.
and run out. So, BIO320.
BIO320 Cell Biology. So, my name is Arturo de Lozan, and I have been a cell biologist for too long. And been teaching cell biology for a long, long time, and I teach it for a long time because I really love it. And I hope that you are going to be really excited about cell biology by the end of the course, if not already. So I also want to introduce some members of our teaching team. We have Gustavo Ochoa, is our graduate TA. He's going to bring, every class, he's going to bring a handout. So we are going to post on Canvas the slides and a PDF of this. So if you lose it, it's going to be available in there. But we want you to use this to take notes during class. Then we have Ariana. Ariana Olvera is an undergraduate TA. She took the course last year, did really well. So she and JC, our other undergraduate TA, are going to be attending class and are going to organize study groups. So, and they will be able to give you a student perspective on how to approach the class and how to do well in the class. So I would encourage you to reach out to them. And then my co-teacher.
I'm Terry O'Halloran. So we co-teach both classes, the 9:30 class and the 12:30 class. You can go to either one, and as we'll explain later, you can go to any discussion section as well. We may have to move that if everybody from the 9:30 shows up at 12:30, or if everybody at the 12:30 shows up at 9:30, but that's only happened 1 year. We've been doing this for 15 years, and one year that it became lopsided, but usually it doesn't. So if you miss the 9:30 class, just come to the 12:30. We keep them exactly on course, so you won't miss anything. And come to both if you got really confused during the 9:30 class, or go to multiple discussions. Try out both TAs, or I guess we only have one TA. So try out all the undergraduate TAs as well as the TAs to find out what fits you. I've been teaching cell biology also for a long time. We've always taught this course together. Before that, both Dr. de Lozan and I were at Duke Medical School, where we taught medical students. And it's been very enriching 20 years ago to come here to UT and teach undergraduates. We love cell biology, and it's really imparting. We were teaching histology in medical school, which is okay, but cell biology is our passion. It's what we've both done research in. My research has been in membrane traffic and other things. Arturo's has been in cytoskeleton, also membrane traffic and other things. And recently we've become very impassioned with research in undergraduate teaching. So you basically are our lab, and we're going to do experiments on you. The things that we've learned in the past 5 years since we've really gotten into the research of undergraduate teaching has been to figure out how to get your minds moving so that you can really learn things. So you're not just doing memorization. Our goal is not to have you just memorize parts of the cell or pathways or something like you might have experienced, especially in high school biology, but to learn to interpret experimental data. And that kind of reasoning will hopefully stick with you even when you've forgotten all the parts of the cell. So that's our challenge to you. The other thing that we want to do in this class is when our dean toured companies and asked where UT undergraduate education could improve. Companies, medical schools, law schools, nobody mentioned information. What they said that undergraduates really need to do are two things. One is to learn to work in teams, because work in this world is done in teams. Whether you're a physician, a lawyer, a government worker, everybody works in teams. And as undergraduates, we're often just focused on our own coursework. So we're going to be doing a lot of teamwork in this class. And you may not feel comfortable with that. You may either feel like you're too slow or too fast or someone talks too much. But that discomfort is what we want you to push through and figure out how to work with that team. So that's one challenge we have for you that's not exactly cell biology, it's world experience. And the other challenge that the dean encountered was students, undergraduates, need to learn to fail. So we'll push you that way too. Hopefully nothing will come too easily for you in this course. You'll often be puzzled, you'll often be frustrated, you'll get things wrong, and then you'll learn how to work through that, maybe with your team members or maybe by yourself. If we haven't pushed you, we haven't done our job. So that's what we're going to try to do with y'all. The main way that we have of communicating and distributing material in this large class is through Canvas. Make sure your UT and email is the way that we communicate with you. So make sure that your email address is correct in the directory. On Canvas in somewhere, it's file, no, I don't remember, it's according to the dates. As Dr. DeLozan said, all the files will be posted as well as some notes and hints. There'll be homework will be posted there. If you have any questions in class, do not email us directly. Probably other people have questions, and we also don't want to be answering individual emails from 180 people. Rather, participate in the discussion section, and we and the TAs will be scanning that discussion section and answering any questions there. Feel free also to chime in and participate with an answer. If it needs to be augmented or corrected a little bit, that's all part of class participation, and we'd love to have you participate also in the discussion board. If there's anything personal, either a family matter or a grade matter or something like that, of course, email us. The other way that we encounter students is through office hours. Our office hours are as posted on Fridays. I think it's 2 till 3:30 or 3 or something like that. But we'll also usually can meet with you right after class. So just come up and ask a question right after class. We'll go out in the hall. If you want to make sure that you meet us after class, feel free to email us and we'll try to reserve that time because sometimes we have to run off to something else. So usually we can meet right after class, always if we've made an appointment right after class. And that way you can meet Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, as well as the TA office hours, which are posted on Canvas. About to say Blackboard, which is we haven't used in, I don't know, 10 years or something. Old neurons in there. But anyway, so you can get help every day of the week, either in person or online. So make use of that. And the reason I'm stressing this is because it's really important to keep up with cell biology. Although we're trying to learn process, there are so many facts that you need to master. And the best way to learn that, a language, whether it's French, Spanish, or the language of biology, is to study a little bit every day. And so try to go over your notes within 24 hours. Like after today, look at what we're covering today or tomorrow morning. Carve out that time. And do that always for the Tuesday and Thursday class. And then when you get to the exams, you'll just be reviewing. Okay, I talked about goals, I talked about Canvas.
All right.
Yeah, you can get
So, well, a couple of other things. So, one of the things that blocks learning is when there are barriers. So we're going to try to minimize as much as possible any kind of barrier between us. So because of that, we're going to be posting everything. We're going to give you all materials relevant to the course, and we are going to try to meet with you as much as possible. So really, if you encounter any difficulty, please reach out and we'll make sure that you succeed. All right. So our interest is in your success through failure. All right. So failure meaning that your brain needs to hurt, to think about a process and then get that aha moment where you figure it out and then now you know it forever.
Failure also means being brave about speaking in class. That's part of what keeps this an active classroom. So don't be afraid to, we're going to ask you to participate a lot in class, which is often intimidating with a 90-person class. but just, that's a way you can push yourself in this class that will prepare you not only doing better in cell biology, but will also prepare you for life. So please speak and participate in class and begin early, begin today. We'd love to hear from a lot of you today.
So to break the barriers, we're going to be posting the slides. We're going to be posting homework. We're going to be posting reading assignments and everything on Canvas. We also are recording every lecture. So if you are somebody who studies better by listening again, you can listen to the presentations. We're going to be uploading them to Canvas at the end of every day or by the following day. All right? So,
Although studies have shown that the best way to learn is not to type things verbatim or listen to a lecture over and over again, but rather to take notes. So especially drawing on the pages here, it helps you conceptualize what's going on. You're sort of like mind mapping during the class. So that helps.
okay, some administrative stuff. So we're going to have 3 midterms and a final exam. So the 3 midterms are going to be covering the respective 1/3 of the content of the course. Very importantly, because we have 2 sections, and 2 sections are going to be combined for night exams. So the exams are going to be 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And the locations are already posted on Canvas, and we'll remind you right before then. Then the final exam is going to be comprehensive. The entire content of the course will be covered in that final exam. Each of the exams is worth 100 points, and we will allow you to then drop the lowest score of any of the exams. So at the end of the 3 exams, you find out that you had really stellar scores and you're happy with your scores. At that point, you can drop the final exam and not take the final exam. But if any of your midterm exams was not the best, maybe you were sick that day, maybe you were just under the weather, or maybe it was just not a good day, you can drop that score and replace it with the score you obtained in the final, all right? So in addition, there's going to be 10 additional points for a total of 310 point scale. 5 points are going to be for participation in class. We're going to be asking you to participate in class through either some kind of worksheet or a work group, or in almost every day by participating through UT Instapoll that we're going to practice.
Our class response system, yeah.
So, and also homework is going to be worth 5 points, additional points for that.
All that point breakdowns on the Canvas. Dr. de Lausanne mentioned participation, and I want to tell you it's really important to us that you not text or communicate with anyone else during class. Students sometimes find that very tempting, and then just put your phone away. And if it will be same with surfing on the web or anything, we give you this hour and 15 minutes. We devote all our time and passion to that, as well as out of class, and we ask that you also do so. If you have some kind of emergency, feel free to tell us before class if you want to, but you can also just step out of class if you need to communicate with somebody, but do that outside the classroom. It turns out that when you are texting or doing anything else on your screen, even if you're on the very back of the class, it actually creates a cloud of distraction for the students around you. So, so please don't do that in class, and we'll remove attendance points if we see anybody doing that. I hope we don't have to do that at all.
Okay, so here's the list of discussion sessions. Again, you can go to any of them. You can go more than once if you like it. Office hours posted as there as well, and UT Instapoll. So if you're not familiar with Instapoll, what you need to do is go to Canvas, and let's try that right now if you have some phone or electronic device. And you need to go to Canvas, and there's going to be a button for Instapoll. It's also on the menu over here on the left side of the screen. Right there, Instapoll. If you click on that, you should be able to right away log onto the cooling system.